Hi everyone. Today is Tuesday the 10th of Feb and I'm up to day 7 of my vlogging. And I have to admit that both yesterday and today I've been feeling some resistance to doing it. And I was going to say I'm not sure why, but I think I just worked out why. Is this feeling I've gone into my head, I think, in terms of I haven't got anything of worth to say. So what's the point in going on? But I know that's not true. I know we've all got something of value to give. As soon as we open our mouths, we're sharing who we are, our unique perspective on the world and our experiences and so on. So yeah, show up and something of value is going to come out, and either for yourself or for someone else. So I'm here. I was just driving back from school drop-off, and it's amazing how many thoughts you can have in such a short period of time, and I'm sure that a woman's mind is just baffling to a man's. Be interesting to step inside a man's body for a day just to have that viewpoint. I imagine it would be quite peaceful. I don't know, I don't mean to get all sexist there, sorry to the men. But yeah, I think women by nature, we do tend to be a bit more complex. I think we carry a lot on our shoulders in terms of there's a lot of empaths, people carrying the world's suffering on their shoulders and feeling for others' suffering. And it can sometimes be hard to distinguish between your own emotions about what's going on in your own little world and that of the larger world and the Facebook world, because we get so much stuff come through on our news feeds that I can experience a whole gamut of emotions within just a minute or two, depending on what I've read in my news feed. And then that got me thinking about just turning up each day and doing this vlog. And I thought it'd be a good idea for me each morning to just go, right, like today I'm feeling centered, I feel grounded, I don't feel all hurried in my thoughts or fragmented or here and there. I've kind of had enough sleep, so I think that helps my thoughts be a bit settled. Not feeling great still, I feel a bit worse today than I did yesterday. I think we've had some severe bushfires sort of south of where we live, and the smoke with the wind has sort of blanketed the whole town in this thick smoke that you can taste. I don't think that's helping my sinuses, but anyway, that's enough about my physical suffering, which is minimal, I know. It's all relative. It's my experience today. I know that there's other people out there that have got quite fixed physical problems, so I don't mean to jest or make light of it. But yeah, I thought I'd just check in and go, right, today I'm feeling pretty centered, not too much anxiety, and then it got me thinking about difference between mood and emotion. And obviously every day, if we're on here every day for a month, we're going to have, if we were to do a daily log of our emotions, so the difference between emotions being fleeting and changeable, easily changeable, and mood being more of a fixed emotion, so sadness or something that can last for a long time, several days, that 30 days we're going to have a huge range of emotions, and I just want to sort of normalize all of that, because on the spectrum of normal, when it comes to emotions and mood, I think we're all normal. It's just at some point somebody decides to put a demarcation line between, if you're this side of the spectrum, you're not normal, there's pathology going on, and if you're this side, well, you're normal. Well, I think it's dangerous to have that. I know that we need to measure in our scientific world, but it kind of disempowers the individual to go, I have a lot of control over that. You take on this persona of, well, I'm not normal. I'm in this fixed state, and I think it's important to know that things move and shift and change. And I know I just thought it'd be a good idea to sort of reflect on that. And I'm thinking even after February, there's me saying I've got some resistance around vlogging, but to come on and call it like I don't know. First of all, I was thinking like a mood log, but no, that's not appropriate. More like a emotion log of people just checking in and saying, yeah, I've got these thoughts going on, and when I've thought that, I feel this. And how long do I want to dwell there feeling that emotion? Do I want to stay there in that emotion, or do I want to really flick a switch in my head and go, oh, that was interesting. That emotion came on and didn't feel great. I'm going to shift away from that, and I'm going to have a thought that makes me feel good. And it's, it happens all the time, every day. A phone call, from someone to say, your car's at the mechanic and we found some extra stuff going on. It's going to be another $200. Well, your emotions can plummet and you can be pissed off, and it can get you down, and then you can ruminate around all the things that can be going wrong in your life, and it's like, and you can get into that train of thinking of everything goes wrong, everything always goes wrong. And it's interesting, my eldest son does that. Everything always happens to me, and I said, watch your language, because you're perpetuating that belief and thought in yourself, and change your thought first of all, and then your wording as well, and go, okay, well, this has happened and it's life, and it's come to test me, and it's got me down, but I'm going to move out of it and move on to what I need to do to fix it or change it or move past it. And I think we all do it, and it's exercising that muscle to change out of that thought as soon as it happens, so really, really quickly, before it gets too entrenched. And that whole thing of witnessing your thoughts, the gift of doing art and art making has just opened up my awareness around my thinking and my thoughts, and I did not realise how enslaved I was to my thoughts and my inner world. When you're engrossed in creating and making something, you kind of step outside of yourself at some point and become an observer, and it's like this internal sort of looking over at yourself, creating, and just having all the thoughts playing through, and then actually being aware of them. So something's freed up in you. To just catch you thinking and go, oh wow, that's interesting. Have a little look at it and go, oh, is that serving me? Oh, chuck that one out. Oh, is that one? Oh, that's interesting. And yeah, you kind of have a bit of an objectiveness about it. So that's been a huge gift, and then it becomes a choice. So once you're aware that your thoughts do have that sort of I don't know. That's the spontaneous thought, and often they're around sort of some core beliefs and assumptions from childhood, and we've carried them all the way through. Those thoughts, that pattern, that record will keep playing with those thoughts, and you've got a choice, I suppose, to sort of stay in those railroad tracks with that type of thinking, or once you're aware of it, to use your discipline like you would in terms of eating your food choices. And that's an interesting one for me to bring up as an analogy, because I'm living it. I'm by no means perfecting any of it, but every day is a practice. And to use the discipline of I honour myself enough and I love myself enough to go, this thought and this way of thinking is not serving me. Let's quickly get rid of it. And you can give yourself permission any millisecond of the day to do that, to throw a thought out, and it almost becomes like a delicious sort of fun thing that you can do, to go, wow, yep, get that one out, and oh my God, I feel so freer and lighter because I'm not feeling, bogged down in the emotions of that thought. Oh, my screen's just gone blank. I hope you're all still there. It's a sign I'm talking too long. This is going to be really long. Anyway, I'll finish there. But yeah, I think I'm going to try and do that each day when I come on, and just check in with myself in terms of how grounded and centered I am, what emotions I'm feeling, what thoughts might be attached to those emotions, and how much energy I feel I have for the day to sift through those thoughts and get rid of them. Because I think if you're tired, you know, and you're already kind of like, oh, it's all too hard sort of thing, those thoughts just dog at you and you haven't got the energy to go. Whereas if you've had enough sleep, it's so much easier to go wah, ha, ha, and shoo them all off and have the ones that sit nice. Oh, and that's what I was going to say. And then the other times you can get a phone call. This is me, my thoughts jumping. You can get a phone call to say, you know, something you've made is sold, and the emotion that comes with that immediately is, you know, lovely feelings. And I think when that happens, it's a great time to just go check in with your body and go, oh, what am I feeling? What's that feeling I've got in my tummy and my heart, and that feeling of happiness and joy and hope, and I think you can recall that feeling whenever, and then it attracts more experiences that generate that feeling, and it fascinates me, that process, and I'm playing with all of that at the moment. Anyway, so oh, and I just one last thing before I go, I've been cross at myself because I haven't been creating lately, and then I took a little bit of time yesterday afternoon and created this girl, and she's called Not Seen, and it's been inspired by this vlogging experience and you lovely ladies as well. Just, you know, that most of us get around in the world oftentimes wanting to be seen and not feeling like we are seen, and you know, sometimes it's, yeah, sometimes I can relate to feeling barely there. Some days I feel barely there. But I suppose it's okay to have days like that, and then other days go, you know, I want to be seen today. I feel like I can be there. And it's all good. It's all okay. I'm going to finish. This is going to take ages to upload. See you tomorrow. Bye.